Hello and welcome back to our, stroll through the Premier Draft ranks. We are still in gold tier, and I've not posted some videos on the weekend. That was because I was playing in the Arena Limited Championship qualifiers. It was rough. I took quite a few bullets, but never even got close to making even draft 2. 5 wins was the most that I achieved. A little bit above a 53% win rate in the end, but in the beginning it was really tough. But a few things happened. I was looking over the footage of my previous drafts, and also while I was playing in this high stakes event, I also got a little bit of a better understanding, I feel like, at least. My win rate kept improving over the event, so it seems to me like being exposed to this really cutthroat environment, it really makes you think about what you want to pick and how you want to play. Playing probably didn't improve, but I hope at least that my drafting improved, that the decks are going to be better, and that will give us, hopefully, better chances to win. So let's see. Put this to the test right now with the next Premier Draft Secrets of Strixhaven. Alright, and here we are. We have a few interesting things that we can start out with. We have Witherbloom, the Balancer. As far as I know, this card is not particularly good. 7 mana, 5/5 Flying Death Touch. The instant sorcery spells having affinity is also not great. Usually he comes in a little bit discounted, but still it's not a bomb. Snarlsong is really good, but going for this is not ideal. Abigail is really good, and Studious first year, I think. I like Run Behind, but I have cooled down a little bit on Run Behind. I was also looking through my footage, and I think I overvalued Run Behind quite a lot. Hop to it is also something that we could do. I think the best card here is Snarlsong. We have a Studious first year here. Rubble Rouser is still here, so there's a lot of different options that we can go to. I'm just gonna take what I think is the best card. But you gotta be careful. These Converge decks, they can really fool you into a false sense of security, basically. Or just because you have a Snarlsong doesn't mean that that your Converge deck is good. We see quite a few Lorehold cards. We also see a Royal Treatment. I really like Royal Treatment. But I think the best card here is Suspend Aggression. So I'm just going to take that and then see where it takes us. This could also be splashed in a Converge deck, no problem. But if we just go full on Lorehold, then this is quite good. It was interesting to see Lorehold and Witherbloom was almost always open during these qualifiers. So let's see if this also is true for these queues now. It seems like Lorehold definitely is the direction that we want to take. We have a group project, we have Tablet of Discovery, we have an Elite Interceptor. This is insane how late this card sometimes goes. I think Tablet of Discovery maybe. Oh man, this is a Lorehold heaven basically. What are we gonna take here? I really like Group Project. Tablet of Discovery is really good, but not always the best in Lorehold. Elite Interceptor, you can basically never go wrong with an Elite Interceptor. But like I said, this card wheels for some reason. People are not respecting this card. So I think I'm going to take the gamble and try to wheel the Interceptor. I'm going to take the Tablet of Discovery. It kind of still keeps me open for like a Converge deck, even though that what we saw right now does not look like we want to go into Converge, but rather stay in Lore Hold. We have a Terramorphic Expanse if we really want to make this happen. We have a Charging Strife Knight. And we see the same thing, basically. We have a late Foolish, or well, pick 4 Foolish Fate and a Past Mascot, as well as a Melancholic Poet. So Witherbloom also usually was open when I was drafting on the weekend. So I played quite a few Witherbloom decks. So the question here, I think the best card here is Foolish Fate. But do we want to steer over into Witherbloom or just stay the Lore Hold course? Maybe going to Lore Hold would have been a little bit better. And we have a Visionary's Dance here, but how is that working? This could be in the same deck as a Snarl Song, Send in the Pest. Yeah, but there's nothing really exciting. There's a Goblin Glastrite if we want to stay there. So I think I'm just gonna take the dance and then see how things are developing. Okay, interesting. That's a Spectacular Sky Whale. Charging Strafe Knight, Tablet Discovery, Visionary Dance go very well in an aggressive Prismari deck. So maybe that's the one that's open, because we have the Sky Whale, which is like a super payoff. The Expressive Fire Dance is also really good in that deck. Even the Tabulator is playable there. Paradox Gardens if you wanna. I think I'm gonna now, maybe we are over into this Prismari Tempo deck. And for the Prismari Tempo deck, do we want Run Behind? Maybe a Mage Tower Referee? I'm gonna take the Run Behind. There's another Visionary Dance. Spellbook Seeker. None of these are really great. Titan's Grave is cool, of course, if you go into Witherbloom. Adventurous Eater is a fine playable. Bane, I don't know. This has not impressed me. But sometimes you just take it because, I mean, you need something that generates life. And I think I'm gonna steer the course here. We have an Expressive Fire Dancer late, and this is one of the key cards for this Prismari deck. I think this version of the Prismari deck tends to not want the Hydra Channeler, so I'd rather take the Stadium Tidal Mage here, and probably the Snarl Song is not where we want to end up. We could take this Zealous Lorecaster or the Fields of Strife if we want to try to make a splash happen. Helping Hand, Procrastinate, sure. It's not the greatest, but it sometimes gets the job done. Unfortunate. We have a Stirring Hope Singer here. We have a Suspend Aggression. We have Monster's Rage. Monster's Rage will wheel. I am almost 100% sure of this. But so will the Virtuoso. So for us, here's the Monster's Rage. There's a Virtuoso. The interesting thing with this deck is you tend to trigger Repartee quite well. So maybe we just want to try and splash a Hope Singer. We have a Fields of Strife already. So maybe this is just where we want to go. There's a Meritus of Conflict and an Unsubtle Mockery. I'm going to take the Emeritus. We need some early drops, and a 2-mana 2/2 with First Strike is really good. I'd love to take this Unsubtle Mockery though. Yeah, but I think we need to take the Emeritus here. And then there's basically nothing. Wow, this is an empty pack for us. I think I'm gonna take the Rubble Rouser. Not super enthusiastic about it. Hydro Channeler is also an option, but I don't want to take Return the Favor. Rubble Rouser at least has some utility when it comes into play, and it ramps us. So yep, let's take the Rubble Rouser. Living History, Tome Blast, Rapturous Moment. We saw a Rapturous Moment earlier, so I think I'm not against picking one up, but late. Living History, only if we want to go into Lorehold, and I don't think we want to. Chase Inspiration is one of the more important cards. Well, you always want to chase Inspiration in these kinds of deck, but I think here it's a clear Tome Blast. There's a Spectacle Summit in there as well, which I would have loved to take. There's a Tackle Artist. This is one of the better payoffs. There's a Terramorphic Expanse, but I think I'm going to take cards for the decks. That's also something that I saw that by late Foolish Fate, by splashing, it really limited what I would take in these packs. And maybe it's happening again, I'm not sure. Because I'm not seeing a lot of these, you know, like Virtuosos or Expressive Fire Dancers, which you kind of need. So I'm taking the Heated Argument here, and maybe we are still open for Lorehold. We have to wait and see. There's a Potioner's Trove. I'm not sure this deck is what where you want this card. I'm actually trying. Let's actually try Ancestral Anger in this deck, and see how that works. But we still have not. Oh, we have one Expressive Fire Dancer right now. We have a Sleight of Hand. I like Sleight of Hand. Dromedary. Do we want to go back into Lorehold? Let's just take the Ancestral Anger. If you have several of them, wow, yeah. The Monstrous Rage and the Virtuoso both wield. I think the Monstrous Rage is a little bit more important. People are not respecting Suspend Aggression, it seems like. Question is, no, I think I'm taking the Virtuoso here, because with Ancestral Anger, it's definitely worse than the Monstrous Rage, for sure. But it's not. But it's along the same veins. So if we really want to play some Ancestral Angers, Spectacle Summon and Chase Inspiration in the same pack, I think I'm gonna take the Chase here. Can we pick one up next pack? We don't know. Alright, something good, please. Well, Improvisation Capstone is good. We have a Vibrant Outburst, we have a Bulk Up, we have an Expressive Fire Dancer. I would be very surprised if we don't get the Expressive Fire Dancer back. Essence Scatter is not a priority. You'd rather have something proactive, so Vibrant Outburst is a little bit better. But I think I'm going to take the Improvisation Capstone and really hope that this Expressive Fire Dancer is coming around. Another tough choice here. The Thunderdrum Soloist is actually very, very well at home in this. I'm not sure if this wheels, but I'm gonna take the Impractical Joke and then hope that the Soloist wheels. I would also take a Landscape Painter or even a Terramorphic Expanse, maybe a Lorecaster, even though I don't think that the Lorecaster is gonna be required. We have a Storm-Carved Coast, which is amazing. Test of the Tangential, also very much at home in this deck. There's an Expressive Fire Dancer, though, and I think that's just the best 2-drop, and we are now desperately on the lookout for something that we can play early. I think I like this better than the Tester. The Tester might come back. The Storm-Carved Coast might come back. I don't think I want a second Sky Whale. So I'm gonna take the 2-drop here. You really want to start early, basically. Harmonized Trio. Is this actually the deck where you want this card? Maybe, but if it is, then I'm sure we'll get it. Pigment Ranger can be okay. Goblin Glassrite can be okay, but I think here I'm going to take the Tester of the Tangential. There's a textbook tabulator. The Surveil 2 does a lot of work. I don't think I want another 4-drop. The Zealous Lawcaster is not a priority. Let's take a 3-drop that works with our game plan. Here, don't think I want dual tactics. I don't think I want the Lawcaster, to be honest. So let's take the Muse's Encouragement. I'm not sure if I'm going to play it. We have already... and we found a Monster's Rage. After all, Stadium Title Mage, Landscape Painter, both are fine. And now let's hope that this Expressive Fire Dancer is winning. Brush Off is still in here. Sanar, not ideally suited for this deck, but I think this is, I mean, how are you not taking a Sanar here? We didn't see any additional Ancestral Angers, though. So I think I'm just gonna take the Sanar over Sleight of Hand, which I like, and Run Behind, which I also like. Bulk Up is good in this deck. Landscape Painter, Terramorphic Expanse. So the question is, do we even want to splash for white? I think splashing for the Hope Singer is good. So let's take the Terramorphic Expanse, and that might be one of these concessions that I was talking about earlier, where you take something that, passing something that would actually improve your deck. Page, I don't think is the 2-mana pick that we want. Alright, so we only have the Expressive Fire Dance, 2 Expressive Fire Dancers. We do have lots of Visionary Dances, so there's a bunch of cuts that we need to make here. Not sure about this Hope Singer. Let's see how all of this looks after we have weeded out what we want. I don't think the Ancestral Angers are good. 2 of them are just not enough. I don't think we need these Muses Encouragements. We're definitely gonna play 1 Visionary Dance. Are we gonna play the Tablet of Discovery? We want to get to a high mana value. Procrastinate is fine. What's our removal looking like? Practical Joke, Tome Blast, Run Behind, Heated Argument. So it's not great. Maybe the Emeritus. After the Emeritus, I was just a lot more interested in picking up the what's the name? Ancestral Angers, because that can be an easy way to prepare an Emeritus. I don't think I want the Hydro Channeler. We have a decent selection of 2-drops. The problem with this deck really is missing some power. So I think I still want to splash for the Stirring Hope Singer, even though it's really awkward for an aggro deck, basically. I'm gonna get rid of a mountain. Get rid of this procrastinate and we have a plains, we have a field of strife and a terramorphic expanse. We need double red for the improvisation capstone. And then nothing else needs double blue. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 spells that trigger repartee. Is that even worth it now? What if we get rid of the tablet? I feel like the obvious answer is just get rid of the Stirring Hope Singer. If we got rid of the Hope Singer, probably would play a Muse's Encouragement in its stead. I really... But if we take this out... How many 5 mana plus spells do we have? We have 1, 2, 3... Apparently one is even 7. So that's not great. Maybe we need to play a Muse's Encouragement. So let's get rid of the white splash. Maybe you really want to play this procrastinate. And then maybe get rid of the Rubble Rouser. We don't have any card draw in here. The only thing that we have is Sanar. Yeah, that's more or less it. The only card advantage that we have is the Capstone, and that's also our win condition. So that's not ideal. Yeah, let's get rid of the... but Rubble Rouser then is some card selection at least. I think I'm gonna try it like this and then see if we need to adapt. So, see you. There we go. We're going up against Living Dead, the Brilliant. That looks like a good keep. Sanar ramps us, Tablet ramps us into Improvisation Capstone. I mean, this hand is a plan all by itself. Depending on what they play, we might want to Virtuoso, depending on what we draw. Nothing. Okay, so that looks like we don't want to play a creature this turn, so let's try a Tablet of Discovery here. Don't think there is a... Well, there are some on the bonus sheet that can get rid of this tablet. Alright, sure. Harsh annotation. Rubble Rouser, not this turn. Next turn we already are at 6 mana for spells, at least. So I think I'm pretty... I think we're just playing our Virtuoso and the Emeritus. Because Improvisation Capstone next turn might already prepare the Emeritus. If we get two spells out of this Improvisation Capstone, then the Virtuoso, then the Emeritus will trigger. Alright, let's try it. Okay, we Expressive Fire Dancer, we want to bulk up this creature, yeah. And then I think they're just dead. Alright, and we're going up against an unhindered opponent. We have a 2 into a 3 into a bulk up if we want to. But this also surveils, so we're gonna keep this. No interaction, but we'll see what the opponent does. Mountain. Oh, what? Rakdos? Alright, so I'm gonna play the Fire Dancer. Alright. Looks like they are multicolored. Nice. We have a 3 into a 4. Really happy about this. We have bulk up. We don't want the island, but we keep the Impractical Joke. Finally, some interaction. The next turn we can Tidal Mage, draw something, stock up. Yeah. This stock up is a good card, but against what we are doing, I feel like it's not ideal. And for example, even imagine that next turn they play the Arcane Omens. Two of our cards act from the graveyard. I think I'm gonna discard the iron because we have more red mana symbols. And then they have to deal with all of these cards in play. So let's see. So, yeah, Arcane Omens. That's totally fine for me. I am gonna... Oh, I wish I would have drawn a land, of course, but... I should have attacked first. Decline. And they're already at 7. And the Arcane Omen basically did nothing. Tome Blast from the graveyard is 5. And that triggers the Super Opus on the Fire Dancer. Didn't play this optimally. I should have attacked with the Tidal Mage first and then played the Tester. Landscape Painter is not gonna get it done. Sure. Nope, decline, and now we just kill him. Yep. And we are now in Gold Tier 1. Sonic Strife. I go first, Expressive Tester into Expressive Fire Dancer if we wanna maximize, depending on what they play. Let's see, if they play a blue land, Swamp, Lecturing Scorn Mage, so they are gonna be... Yeah, I think Test of the Tangential, and that leaves me with the option of having Fire Dancer into Chase Inspiration next turn. Let's see what they do. It's Graduation Day. Do they have something? No, it doesn't look like it. So let's play the Fire Dancer. And then decline and attack. They're taking 2. We are safe from at least one repartee trigger. Or not the repartee trigger, but of course the... Run Behind is up if we want it. Let's decline and then attack them. Alright. And then let's end the turn. They're at 14. Nothing? Alright. And now we even have Heated Argument if we want it. That's 5. So they're almost dead already. Well, we're gonna attack. Decline. Attack. I mean, they gotta have something, right? There's a Wander Off. We are gonna run behind their Scorn Mage. Put a counter on the Tester. Chase Inspiration on the Fire Dancer, and they take 7. And the next turn we have Heated Argument. Expressive Fire Dancer gets another Scorn Mage. On a bound page. Okay, well. Ooh. Sana. Yeah, but this is just, you know, Heated Argument here. We exile a card, we exile the Run Behind. We decline doing this, and then we attack. They have to block the Fire Dancer. And they don't, so they are dead. Alright. We had some really nice draws so far. So let's see if we can keep it up. Refrain is our next opponent. We have a Visionary Stance. I go first, so I think I'm gonna keep this Terramorphic Expanse into Visionary Stance, into Charging Strafe Knight, into Sky Whale. Let's see how this works. Keep. We are gonna look for... What are we gonna look for? A red. Okay. Just don't forget. I've done that on the weekend as well. That was not a pleasant experience. What is here to discover? Nothing? our opponents here. And we get a mountain. Ooh, tester of the tangential. Amazing. Cool. Love that. Decline. I think I'm gonna play the Strife Knight next turn, even if they have blue and 1 up. Soloist, that's fine. That's actually pretty good for us because now we can attack with both of them. Decline and then attack. And next time we play the Sky Whale. Sky Whale plus bulk up if we get there. Should be a fun experience. Didn't even have time to discard this Visionary Stance. Rubble Rouser. I think we're gonna attack here. Are we? No. Ooh. Ooh, Sana. Could I think I'm just gonna play the Sky Whale and then attack with both. That's gonna deal 3 damage. Alright. Let's see what's in their back pocket now. They are now at 5 mana. So 5 is like the breaking point. Some of the really big spells are now coming out. Ooh. Capstone. Maybe let's have a look at some of the cards that await us. Impractical Joke. Tablet of Discovery, though, is a little bit better in the long term if we want to get to... because that gets us to 6 mana already. Yeah, maybe I want the tablet more. We can attack if we want to. Yeah, let's just attack and we have bulk up. Let's see. No, I don't want to do this. And if we don't need to use bulk up, then we can just place an next turn. After combat. We decline. We attack. Muse's Encouragement. Okay, sure. I take 3. 4. See what they're gonna do. No, if they want to trade here, that's fine for me. How much damage is bulk up? That's gonna be 4. No, that's gonna be a lot, right? That's 4, that's 8, that's 11. Let's do it. They are at 3. And even if they kill my entire board, we're gonna play Tablet of Discovery plus Sana next turn. And I think it's probably gonna be very tricky for them to win. Visionary Stance, that does not instill confidence. They are not at 5 mana anymore. Yeah, Thunderdrum Soloist is gone. Okay, so they have 4 mana. What are they gonna do? On their own Spectacular Sky Whale. Okay. Let's start with the Tablet of Discovery. We can play the Tester. There's nothing else that we can do right now, unless we discard something to draw a card. And if it costs 3, what is in our deck? Is there a way we can win here, or at least get rid of this? Nah, probably not get rid of the Sky Whale. Monstrous Rage. Virtuoso, but that doesn't work for us. Run Behind doesn't work. No, I don't think so. I think I'm just gonna play the Tester. I'm gonna play the Tester later, I think. I'm just gonna... attacking doesn't do anything. No attacks. I'm gonna play the Tester. End the turn, and then we're gonna dig for the next land. And then we play Improvisation Capstone and hopefully win the game. They're now at 7. So let's see if they have the... Oh, Banishing Betrayal is not that bad. Yeah, that resolves. They still have 5. So if they have bulk up here, then we might also just be dead. It's a Tome Blast. Alright. Yeah. They're gonna attack, and they are gonna kill us next turn. Alright, so pass the damage. I don't think we're gonna be anywhere near Sana territory. That's not ideal. I don't think we can play the Capstone. No, I think we have to play the Sky Whale and keep Chase Inspiration up. Block with the Sky Whale. Now we're just dead, right? This into face is 5, 6, yes. So we have to play Capstone and hope that we hit something. What can we hit? Not a whole lot, I fear. Run behind, maybe? Oh, but even that doesn't work. Well, we're gonna play it. So let's see what happens. Oh, you have brush off. Okay, well. Alright, that's just that. It was a Hail Mary anyways, so... See me, Keith? Opponent goes first. If they play a 1, we have a 1. And then a 2, and then a 3. I keep 7. Oh, and they do. And I think that's a reasonable target for an impractical joke, especially if we look at our... Oh, wow, okay, well, they get the scientist. They don't get to ramp, but they get to do their... they get to find their lands. I'm not gonna block here. Surveyor, pretty good. They found a procrastinate. I'm gonna play the virtuoso right now. Tap down the surveyor. Decline this. Go to attacks. Next time we can Strife Knight or Tablet. It's unlikely that we want to play the Fire Dancer, but we'll see. Alright, that's fine for me. We drew the land. So I think I'm gonna play the tablet, and then we can always go into Fire Dancer, depending on what we draw. Alright. And then we're going to combat. And then we play the Fire Dancer. Next turn we have Heated Argument with the Expressive Fire Dancer. They're on 5 now. 5, like I said, is like a breaking point. No blocks here. What's that? What is this mockery? Please play something for 5. No, they don't. Okay. Again, Stadium Title Mage. We're at 11. What are they gonna do? Let's play the Title Mage first. See if that resolves. have something for 5. Absolutely. Oh, Tome Blast. Tome Blast is excellent, right? Because now we can Tome Blast. Sure, that works for me. Decline here. Heal 7. Okay. Cuboid Colony. They kill us. Flow stage. We're at 8. And they know that we have a Tome Blast in the grave, but they don't know about the Heated Argument in our hand. Okay, knockout maneuver. They're gonna attack. I think I'm gonna block the Surveyor. If they attack. Nope, they don't want to attack. That's fine. Let's try this Heated Argument. We're gonna exile the tester. And now we can just attack. Absolutely draw something. Fortunately, we didn't find anything useful. Okay, we're going to 2. And we have a Tome Blast. And we're just gonna try this. Spell Pierce, I will pay 2. Let's put a barrage shot, and they die! Captain Fantastic, the Dauntless Drafter, and we are now going up. Yeah, whenever it takes very long, and against such an opponent, maybe these higher ranks come with perks, and it means that you always will draw a bad opening hand. I cannot keep this, so let's mulligan. This is better, so we're gonna keep 6, get rid of an island. Maybe it's... do we have to get rid of the capstone? Maybe it's just the capstone that needs to go here. We have the Strife Knight to ditch some of the lands, but we also have the Strife Knight to ditch the capstone. Alright. You convinced me. An island has to go. So, we're gonna start on a Terramorphic Expanse for red. Joint researchers. Yep. 2/2 first striker. Where's our 2/2 first striker, by the way? He is a tester of the tangential. We're gonna decline this. I milled 2 opponents with Secret Rendezvous over the weekend, so that was pretty fun. And it was in 2 separate decks. It was not even the same deck. Yeah, no blocks. Scheming Silver Tongue. We can just go on the attack now if we want to. Yeah, I think, but there's the Silver Tongue. How's that? How are we racing this? Depends on if they put counter on this, then we will have a difficult time. But we'll have a difficult time regardless. So let's get the charging Strife Knight in there. Klein. And attack. Next time, probably Rubble Rouse Ring. But if they now put some counters on their Silver Tongue, then we are in trouble. No blocks. Are we discarding the Tabulator? Are we trying to get to the Capstone, or are we ditching the Capstone because we think this is gonna be a race? Let's see what they do. Come on, let's draw some cards. Captain Fantastic, send in the pest. Ditch a mountain for now. Yeah. Okay, so we drew another mountain. Are we Rubble Rousing? Yes. Are we ditching the mountain? No, I think we ditched the Tabulator. Yeah, let's get rid of the Tabulator. Oh, Tackle Artist. That's nice. Then we don't even have to transfer anything from the tester, because next turn we're just gonna play the Tackle Artist. No, we're gonna decline this. And attack for 6. Rubble Rouser blocks the Joint Researchers. Captain Fantastic is also a little bit Captain Slow. Six. Ooh, a road, sure. We will get a mountain. But now they are, they're gaining 2 life. This race has become tougher. Did they find... Oh, Poisonous Apprentice. This does not look good for the good team. Yep. Pretty sure we're dead now. I mean, we'll play it out. You play the tackle artist. I think we're just gonna go to combat. They're at 11, so they'll be at 13. Yeah, okay. That's just the game. GG. We're at 5. Can they? If we draw another land, then maybe there's something with the improvisation capstone. Stand up for yourself. So then we take more than 5. Well, maybe not. Let's discard the bulk up. See what we draw. It's a land. Good game. Yeah, just a good deck. Well played. And our draws didn't quite match up to theirs. So let's see if we can do something else than 4 and 3 and maybe get a 5 and 3. It would be the first of the series. So, and it's Danny84, a fellow gold player. Yeah. And I go first, sure. Terramorphicing for a mountain, then Expressive Fire Dancer. Studious first year. Get a red. Run behind. See. That does something at some point. Yep. Okay, so they're not multicolor. They interestingly chose alright, sure. But we need to find lands now. 104 drops in our hand. Topiary Lecturer. Cool, we found the land. The other day I made the mistake of having their Topiary Lecturer live, and they utterly destroyed me. They had like a ridiculous turn. Next time they have 6 mana if they play it correctly, or if they play it. I think I want to get the Tackle Artist out, or the Sky Whale. What's more likely that they can get rid of? Probably the Sky Whale. But if they've left bounce, then it doesn't matter anyways. Do we want to leave Run Behind up? No, I don't think so. Monstrous Rage? I don't think so. So let's get a flyer. I have to present a flyer for this to be a bad play. Oh. We just tackle artisting. Let's just attack and then see what happens. We have Run Behind and Monstrous Rage. Deducing. Okay. think I'll just react to this by a run behind their lecturer. They might, you know, like count on this amount of mana. If they want, they can draw it. Quandrix Charm. Okay. If they double block here, so do we Monstrous Rage here is the question. I think we do. I think we put Monstrous Rage on the Fire Dancer, and that's just so much damage. Damage. So I guess they're also getting rid of the Sky Whale. Or they have something for the Sky Whale. Oof, 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 oof. We ever get to Capstone? Yeah, I think we need to keep this back. So let's try to attack here and then see what they have. They have like a bounce. Nightwatch Conductor. Okay, that's a pretty smart play. They get this back into our hands. That's fine. We're gonna play it out. Alright. Well, I mean, now we are on the back foot, but they are on 2 life. If we ever get to trigger this Emeritus or Ujatsi. Yeah, this looks like a loss again. I think I'm gonna block. Going to 16. Alright. We're gonna play the Tackle Artist and the Emeritus. And then if we draw a land next turn, and get the Capstone off, then we might win. Maybe. We'll see. Short run behind. Then I don't think we're doing this. Stock up. They're not maximizing on their Jatsi, but maybe they just look for... I mean, they have a Topiary Lecturer that is unchecked. What do we have that works for us? Just Tome Blast, more or less. Deluge Virtuoso also works. Rubble Rouser would, you know, like at least be a plan. Heated argument also works. But we need to draw land first. I'm not the most confident about this. Additive evolution, sure. There's the land, and we'll see what will happen. We got the Virtuoso. Yeah. And that's the game. We made it to 5. We made it to 5. So, let's keep going. Let's run over some people. We had some really tight games. And now let's just have an easy game against Shadows. We are on the play, which is the first step for an easy game. Expressive Fire Dancer into Rubble Browser into Tidal Mage or Tackle Artist, or get rid of it immediately. I think I'm still gonna play the Rubble Browser. I'm gonna get rid of the Tabulator. Nice. Okay, we found the land, so next turn we can play either of our 4 drops, even if they get rid of the Rubble Rouser. Ooh. I think I'm gonna play the Tackle Artist just because he has Trample and they are stuck on mana. But for double, no, actually, let's go with the Tidal Mage. 5, take action. Huh. Next turn we're gonna play the Strife Knight. With this Monster's Rage everything becomes trample, but Tackle Artist growing is of course also something beautiful. But haste against them right now is also pretty good. Are we ever gonna cast this Visionary Stance? Let's just ditch the Visionary Stance. I don't think I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna keep the red mana open for the Monster's Rage if they, I don't know, somehow can present 4 mana on the Tidal Mage. Alright, so let's play a Strafe Knight. And then attack with the Tidal Mage and the Strafe Knight. Let's draw a card. I don't think I need the island. I'd rather play the Expressive Fire Dancer afterwards. That's 7 for them. 8. It's gonna be tough for them to get out of this, I feel like. Yeah, that's an impractical joke. It's fine. We're not gonna block. We're gonna tap this down. 12. That's +3 +4. That's 6, 10. Yeah. Let's draw a card. Ditch the mountain. Yeah. Alrighty. Platinum! We got to platinum. Alright. And then let's celebrate this occasion with a trophy, maybe? No brawn. Just brains is our opponent. I go first, but this is, of course, a very terrible hand. If we draw a second land, any land, then we can Visionary Stance, but I don't think that's what we want to do. We want to curve out 1, 2, 3. This is a lot better. I think the Improvisation Capstone just goes here. We're gonna Tester first, and then Emeritus. Decline. We have a Stone Docent. Actually, maybe we go Rubble Browse here. Maybe we should have. A 1/4 also pretty good. Against their 3/1. Next turn we can play the Sky Whale if we want to. If they attack here, we're not gonna block. Alright, cool. Let's Sky Whale it up. Nope, we don't think I want to do this. Yeah, this... They have not played any removal and they have something there, so I think I'll just put counters on the Tester. Yeah, suspend aggression, sure, that's fine. We'll just play it again next turn and put another counter on the Tester. They found a forum. Okay, well... Let's play the Emeritus. Get rid of an island. Render Speechless. 3, no blocks. Expressive Fire Dancer. Yeah, I mean, erasing now. Oh, if we draw something for 5, that would be amazing. Or something to get rid of their Docent, Dromedary. Okay, so Charging Strife Knight. I don't think I wanna attack here. They have the dromedary now, so they have this annoying loop. We take 9 here. The annoying thing is that the Strife Knight... If I block with something, then I'm gonna block with the Strife Knight. But the annoying thing is it also allows me to ditch some of the cards that I don't need. Can't take 9 here, can I? Just... yeah, let's not block. Might be our downfall, but... Zealous Lawcaster. 4, stand up for yourself. No, suspend aggression. Okay. I think I'm gonna get rid of the tester. This does not sound. This doesn't look like a win. So yeah, that's a terramorphic expense, but we can ditch that. Oh, great. They have a very unfortunate set of stats over there. We can take 5. So we block. I don't even know what I want to block with. Here and here. But they have suspend aggression up, so I don't even know what we could conceivably draw. Howling Historian. That's certainly not it. There's a tablet. There's a Monster's Rage. So they have to exile the Emeritus. So I don't think that this will work. Yeah. Exactly, so if I cast this now, and it's not... oh, it is! Oh, it didn't. Okay, well, I have to do it then. Okay, sure, good game. All right, didn't get there, but we reached Platinum, so there's some progress. And like I said, I feel a lot more comfortable drafting this format now. Let's take a look at the deck, because it's not a super super streamlined deck, and I feel like that in higher tiers, this wouldn't have gotten there. But I was looking for a home for this tester of the tangential, and actually this deck seems like it's this is its home. Which 2 of them, and then when you can play them on turn 2, and then they grow over time. You can shift the counters if you want to, but of course then your other target becomes prime removal target. It's a little bit slow, of course, but if you really wanna, like start from turn 2, this can just be like a 2-mana 3/3 4/4 5/5 later on in the game if you curve out. Expressive Fire Dancer, always a threat. As soon as you hit 5 mana, then this becomes a must kill basically on the opponent's side. I like the Deluge Virtuoso. It works very well in this deck. This deck wants to get it over quickly, basically, and just stunning a creature for 2 turns basically is valuable. The textbook tabulator did not really impress here, but sometimes this guy can also grow out of hand. But I feel like maybe this is not the home for it. Maybe it's more like a Quandrix, where you want to have a defender, and then you can really grow him to absurd sizes. I saw this thing be a 5/8 relatively regular over the weekend. So it's not a bad card at all, I feel like, but you really need to know where its home is. This might not actually be its home. Sana, we never made a treasure token, we never used Wild Idea, so I don't know, maybe we don't have enough like a high enough spell density, because we had it out once, I think, and then only creatures in play. So maybe this is not the ideal deck for it. Plus, it's an 0/4, so it doesn't really mesh with the game plan by itself. But if you get this out and then can ramp up, then getting to these seven mana spells can be easy. We didn't see it here, so I'm not sure if Sana performs in this deck. But yeah. Our rare, Mythic, the Emeritus of Conflict. We didn't really get to prepare it, and it was never on board when the improvisation capstone hit. That's basically the only way that we can do this, because we don't have any card draw. I mean, I can see it if we had something like, like draw 2 cards and then play them for relatively cheap, then I can see this becoming prepared. But we were missing the card draw. That might have been one of the issues with the deck. But then on the other hand, the plan is just like, like curve out, bash the opponent, and then sometimes you don't want to take a turn off to draw some cards. Tablet of Discovery, I think, performed in this deck. This is also not the 100% ideal home for it. I feel like if you have something like Tablet of Discovery, like Mana Ramp, then you also want to have some card draw to make up for it. So maybe not the ideal deck for it, but it helped us get to Improvisation Capstone to close out the game. Don't think we ever played Muse's Encouragement, but it made for a really nice box title. Other than that, this is the deck for Monstrous Rage. We couldn't close out this one game where we just had this one enormous attack, brought our opponent to 3, but then they played 2 removal spells and we were not able to finish the game. But Monstrous Rage on Spectacular Sky Whale is just a thing of beauty. It giving trample can also just out of the blue decide games. I always underestimate Tome Blast still to this day, but the fact that it costs 5 on the flashback is just like, this is perfect then. Bulk Up. I don't think I've ever flashbacked this card. But sometimes the front half is all that is needed. And then other than that, Tackle Artist didn't really get to shine. It's, you know, when you decide between Tackle Artist, Sky Whale, Stadium Tidal Mage, the problem with the Tackle Artist is that it takes a while to get going and it's on the ground. Spectacular Sky Whale at least gives you a flyer, and Tidal Mage just lets you loot. So I think of these three, the Tackle Artist is the weakest, but it can also be the most impressive, you know, with Bulk Up. The Trample is absolutely huge. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say for this deck. Would have been interesting to see if this version with the Stirring Hope Singer and the Ancestral Angers, I would have built it basically like this, I think. So the Ancestral Anger in, and then I would have cut the Tabulator. Tackle Artist and a Muse's Encouragement, I think. That's the way I would have gone. Could have, and then of course the, you know, like Field of Strife and the Plains. So maybe something like this. This gives you more, but we didn't. I would really love like a deck like this with, I don't know, 4 or 5 Ancestral Angers. So far it has not happened, at least not to me. But also not on the opposing side. I think I would celebrate this. It also gives Trample. So, and the fact that you just, you know, like redraw, is very nice. Okay, so that's it. We're now in Platinum, and we can never fall below Platinum, but the competition is just gonna improve now, even more. And let's see how the next episodes go. See you.